Let's see that gorgeous rain. I'm going to see you all natural. You got absolutely soaked, didn't you? Just running here from... You were on the Dart, you're in town? In the big city?
I was actually in Wicklow.
Ah, okay. My condolences. What were you doing in Wicklow?
You're going to laugh at this because of the circumstances. I was meeting up with a couple of girls.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Playboy and all that.
Was it literally like a kind of a hanging out thing? It wasn't like a work thing, or it wasn't?
No, it wasn't a work thing.
Okay, there you go. So you're going the whole full method acting on this. This is great. Yeah. Now, we did have a chat yesterday. Good old Apple. I think it's Steve Jobs. He likes to chuckle at us every now and again. Recorded the interview, had a good time, and then when I posted it, realised after about 1 minute it all goes crackled and then goes silent. So we'll have to treat that like a kind of rehearsal, like a run through. Because I know it was a good run through. Yeah, but I know you got deeply emotional. You did cry at one point, and you were telling me that you got into acting when you started in prison. Was it you started? That was your first.
It was an emotional.
No, we should.
All those that saw.
We should start with the play itself. 26th of January 1907, it debuts at the Abbey. Huge kind of impact at the time, and still has an impact, which is incredible to think that, like 110 years later, you've still got this a piece of work that can hit people emotionally. And for you, I think was it last year you first read and kind of got under its skin and really felt, okay, I really want to do this.
Yeah, it was the summer of 2017.
Right.
And I read the play just because everyone's like, oh, it's a classic of Irish theatre, and I was like, oh, might as well read it. And I saw Christy Mann, and I was just like, oh, that's such a good role. he's such an idiot.
Well, it's typecasting there, Well, here's the man. We should say to people, Christy Mann, the character, he runs off he ends up in a Mayo pub after what he claims he killed his father on the farm, and we've got young Pegeen Mike behind the bar. The barmaid thinks he's a wonderful addition to the town and all the rest. I don't know if you feel the need, well, I gotta figure out what this time was like, or whether you feel, well, actually good old John Millington has it all kind of wrapped up perfectly in the play. I don't need to dig too much further than this.
Well, I did a bit of research on YouTube of just like different sets and tried to get a feel of like other productions and what it was like. But really, Aideen, my director.
Walton, director, wonderful, yeah.
She really is just kind of explained to us what the time was like. So we're getting it off her, and like
the context,
all the context and everything. It's coming from Aideen, and just a wonderful director. Now
you've played many kind of well-known parts, and obviously the Artful Dodger is a great character, but you've also done a Lost Boy and Peter Pan and the Board Gosh and Prince and King and I, but Christy Mann is something of an iconic figure. It's almost like taking on an Elvis role, or taking on one of those sort of roles, certainly with an Irish kind of theatre. It's regarded as one of the great roles. That's got to be both thrilling and absolutely petrifying.
Yeah, it really is. It is the most well-known part in Irish theatre. It's the part. It's the iconic part in Irish theatre.
After Mrs. Brown's Boys.
Oh yeah, of course. But it's just it is just so it's such a great role to play, and I just hope I can do it justice on the night.
Well, I do think that your love for it is always, I think, a crucial part of any kind of, especially with acting, that you kind of initially have this passion just to go wherever this has taken you when you read it first. I'm just thinking from a career point of view. You started at 6. You've been pretty much acting all your life, it seems. Mm-hmm. I know your beautiful mother Mandy. Now, she was in Dancing at Luna, said that the very first play by the Greystones Players. Is it a family thing? Is it something that you kind of found, outside the family? I don't know where it came from.
Well, I started acting actually. Sorry, when I was 6, because I had an au pair, and she brought me into the back of the drama group of my sister's drama. And every now and then I actually just got up and I started doing the drama as well, even though I hadn't wasn't doing the classes. And then the drama teacher was like, he needs to come and do the real classes for his age group, right? And that's where I got into it. So it is a family thing. And my dad wouldn't like to admit it, but whenever he's doing the lines, he does get into it.
Yay! Well, with most boys, you know, acting and you know the arts in general, unless you're being Lemmy from Motorhead, it's sort of seen as sort of not super cool and tough. You know, it used to be that way. I think it's a lot less now. But I mean, did you struggle with that side of it? That, you know, being an actor was a little bit like, okay, guys, I can't play football today, or I can't, you know, I have to go and study my acting. I don't know. Was there any struggle at all in it, or?
All throughout my childhood, I've been acting, and I've also been doing sports and stuff. Like I was Greystones Rugby Club since I was about the same age, and
right.
I was doing basketball and all that. But
cool. You'd be particularly good at faking injuries, I would think. Are you good at diving? And
yeah.
Good. Yeah. Well, you have to really. It's all part of the same skill set.
There's got to be a reason to
you want to reach for that Oscar, if you're going to go for the broken foot look in the face. And
but I've lost.
Well, I think you said yesterday you took a few years out just because of more to do with, you know, that you were just basically busy rather than you were avoiding it.
Yeah, I was busy my first year, second year, but and then I was kind of like, I'm in the rugby team now, you know. But then fourth year, we did our school play, and I auditioned for it. I was like, oh yeah, I've done a bit of acting, you know, and I got the part of Puck, and that's a phenomenal character.
Right, Midsummer, yeah.
And I just haven't looked back since then. Like, it's been my dream to be an actor.
And would that have been the point when, because making that decision is often, there's almost a moment that you realise, actually I'm going to do this, you know, it's not just, you know, maybe, or it's not a hobby, it's actually something I really, would have been a Midsummer Night Dream that did that?
Midsummer's Night Dream in school was my, yes, I'm going to go for this moment, you know.
Wow.
Yeah, it was great.
You've obviously got, you know, for 18 and all that to pick you for this role. It means you've got the skills, and I don't know whether you think yet about the career side of it. You know, if you've played the Board Gosh twice, you've got you know, you won runner up in the Bray one act drama with Too Fast, was that what it was called?
Too Fast, yeah.
And you've got, you know, what would be seen as a like a very, you know, strong career already. But I don't know if you think about it in that way, whether you have to sort of make plans and think, well, I need to be there in 5 years' time, or I need to go over there. And
really, with the acting industry, it's all about getting that big break, you know what I mean?
Right.
And when you get that, work will just throw itself at you. But so if I get that big break at any point, it would just be phenomenal, you know, like the movie, the big Hollywood movie, you know?
Rock August Roll, that's what you want. Well, I know that you were telling me yesterday, I do remember you said you want to make Shame too. But you're one of your kind of main idols. Michael Fassbender is somebody that you sort of see as a great example of how a career can be handled, where you can be both successful and, you know, genuinely regarded as a great actor, which he just happens to have that little kind of double-edged sword going on. I mean, was that something I think you said one of his acting coaches or something came into Gaiety, or? Yeah,
one of his acting coaches actually came into my school, East Glenlock, and the acting coach was from the Gaiety, and my teacher just was like, before you guys meet this guy, this was Michael Fassbender's drama teacher, and Michael Fassbender like attributes his success to this man, so this man knows what he's talking about. And that man was really inspiring.
Great.
Really.
Well, we all look forward to this. It's going to happen 26th to the 29th of April here in the Whale Theatre. It'll be a great opportunity for you to have, you know, I would imagine, as much as there's work involved in all the rehearsals and getting ready, it's very joyful to be able to get up and do work like this, because it's exactly what an actor is always wanting to do, is just get in front of people and perform great work. But we look out for you now over the coming years, and if you do become very, very hugely successful, you still, you know, talk to the guide and stuff like that, won't you? Yeah, because, you know, some just move on. Rock and roll, that's what you want. We need a Hollywood outlet. We could have an office there, it'd be great.